Hey guys, welcome back. Today we're going to be talking about everybody's favorite topic, recession. So if you feel like things have been getting a little bit tighter in your pocketbook or in your wallet, then this is the video for you. We're going to talk about ways that you should be avoiding spending money, and in the end we're going to talk about some helpful things that you should consider doing in order to protect your finances and make sure that you are in the best position possible during these recessionary times. Let's talk about that. The first thing that you need to make sure that you're careful of is risky investments. This is something where investing in a stock and hoping that that stock goes up 20% in the next 6 months is just not very likely as compared to the option of investing in something for the long haul, understanding the fundamentals of that business and saying, I'm gonna stick around for a while because I believe in what this company is doing. I believe that this company is gonna make it in the long haul. Many people have done that over the years with Tesla. Tesla was an up-and-coming company, and a lot of people believed in what they were doing and believed in the stock, and they've been rewarded for it. But it's not something that we can really understand what's going to happen in the long term. But if you hold on to a stock, that's going to be a better investment than buying it and then selling it if it goes down by 5% in the next couple weeks. So just be careful with risky investments. If you find the next best NFT, then it may not be the best option for you to spend your money on to be able to purchase that, because it may not actually pan out as a good option or a good investment for you. Now, you also want to make sure that you're being careful and you're not being ignorant when it comes to your finances. Ignorance is bliss is what they say, but it's not really true when it comes to your finances. And it's especially not true during times that we're in now when things are up and down and you don't really know what's going to happen with the stock market or with your other investments. And it's just something that when you don't understand how much money you have set aside in like an emergency fund, or how much money you have set aside ready to buy a investment property or buy another stock when it goes on sale. Maybe you're looking out at a particular company and you say, once this stock goes to a certain point, I want to be able to invest as much as possible into this company. That's something that you want to make sure that you're looking at your finances very carefully, very intently, making sure that you understand where your money is going so that when things are going on sale, you're actually going to be ready to be able to purchase that, rather than being caught off guard that, oh, I'm not ready because I've been spending all of my money on the bare necessities. If you're able to cut back on some of those things that are not an actual necessity, it's just a want, there is a difference between those two, then you can actually prepare to have more money set aside and ready for when things go on sale. And that's a benefit of a recession. Now, next up, you want to understand that getting a new home loan or an auto loan could be a very risky investment. If you're able to remain where you're at, or maybe even rent for a time, it's something that may be the best option, because right now a lot of housing prices have still not gone down much at all, depending on where you live, of course. It's location based, but also auto loans have not really gone down. The amount that you're going to be paying for that new or even used vehicle is something that is still drastically higher than it should be at this period of time. And the amount of interest that you're going to be paying. You see, the interest rate for these things are very high. I have a friend that got an interest rate of 9% on an auto loan, and I know that home loans are at 8.1%, which is the highest they've been in a very long time. And so an 8.1% is best case scenario. So if you're not at the best case scenario, you're looking at an even higher interest rate than that. And so that's something that you're going to be paying a lot more in interest over the course of a 30-year fixed rate loan on your house than someone who is just waiting, and potentially they will be able to get a better option in the future. And keeping up with the Joneses is something that we all find ourselves doing, just wanting to buy nice things, wanting to keep up with those who are around us, maybe in our friend circle or even outside of that. Is something that you find someone else having something that you've wanted, or having something that you don't have enough money for, but you really want. And so maybe you go out and you put it on a loan, and then you have to pay for that every single month or for a period of months. That's something you want to refrain from doing at this time, so that you're able to keep more money aside for investing, more money aside for buying things as they're actually going on sale. And as stocks are getting cheaper and cheaper, and then when you go to buy those stocks, that enables you to then be prepared to get a good deal on those stocks, as opposed to buying things that are not going to make you any money. You know, an asset is something that actually brings you money. So buying a house, buying this house right here, because I live in it and I don't rent it out, it's not an asset. At least it's not yet. If I were to move out and rent this out to somebody and I was able to make income from that, then it would become an asset. And so you want to make sure that you are investing in things that are going to bring you money, and that you're able to do that by not keeping up with everyone else and all of the new things that they're buying, and just being able to cut back a little bit and be more prepared for investing in the things that are going to be able to help you in the long term. Now, when it comes right down to it, there's a few things that you should be doing right now during the recession in order to make sure that you are positioned correctly. One is, if you have a job, a W-2 job, that's something you're going to want to try to keep that job, and then even do really well at that job, so that even when things get tough, or maybe even some layoffs happen, that you're still the employee that is still around and is still faithful to the company. And that way you're able to keep your baseline of income that's coming in. And maybe during that time you can even start a side hustle, start something that's going to be bringing in some money for you and be able to give you some extra cash to be able to invest in things and be prepared for all the things that are going on sale during this period of time. And so that can really be a beneficial thing. Also, if you're not sure how much money you have set aside for an emergency, what happens if you lose your job, or if you just, for whatever reason, a sudden event happens and you're no longer able to work for a period of time, or maybe even indefinitely, do you have enough money for at least 6 months worth of your expenses? Now is definitely a time to set aside at least 6 months worth of expenses in a savings account that you never touch unless it's an actual emergency. Now, if you found value out of this, go ahead and hit that subscribe button, turn on the bell notification so you don't miss any future content. This has been Zach, and I look forward to seeing you in the next one.